We need to become critical thinkers when it comes to how we perceive what is good and what is not good for us. It is not as simple as going, oh, I saw online that you need to read 10 pages a day, so I've got to do that. No. Get out of this mindset. This is something that I was stuck in for a very long time. Don't follow your self-improvement sort of strategy through someone else. Take ideas from people, bring them back to base and see what works. A wonderful example that I can put forth to this is reading. Now, we have been told, and I have heard a lot of people be told, that one of the most critical things for them to do is to read. And while, as someone who does read, I agree with this, I think this sort of falls away at the seams when it comes to certain people. Now, there's a very good friend of mine who is also marvellously intelligent, who absolutely abhors reading. He cannot stand reading a book, and he struggles as a result to read that book. Not only does he lose the information in the book because he won't read it, he also feels bad about the fact that he's not reading the book that he knows he should be reading. He and I had a conversation recently about the fact that it's not about the bragging rights of saying you're someone who has read or someone who reads a lot. It's about the information that's in the book. And that information is not only in that book. There are other places you could find that. For me, for instance, I find podcasts and movies as well very useful in terms of acquiring information. I seem to be much better at actually listening to information than I am at reading it. Now, the important thing to remember on that point, as I say, is it's not about how you're digesting that information. It's about what you're getting. If you find it a lot easier to listen than to read, then spend most of your time listening, because you're going to be getting the information that way. And I also think inadvertently, if you prioritize reading because you know it's a good thing to do, but it's something that's very friction based and is hard for you to do, then you're not actually going to get results from doing that, because you need to be mentally switched on as to actually be invested in the resource in front of you. But not only that, you're also, as a result of spending that time there, stopping yourself from spending the time where you could spend it. You could have spent that time listening to a podcast and you would have got more information out of that. Don't let your ego run in front of you when it comes to your work ethic and your striving for goals. You need to do it in the smartest of ways. And this is why, and I've made videos on this recently, but it's a point that I'm going to continue to bang the drum on. You don't do things for the sake of discipline. You do things for the sake of what discipline affords you. Now, that can be the prestige of getting something done, or the good feeling of knowing that you have information, or just the good feeling of knowing you're putting yourself towards something. There are other ways to do it besides the hardest way to do it.